Yo, what's going on, guys? This is BigTmac here, and welcome to round 2 of ACRL. Round 1 absolutely banged it on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys, for watching that one. This race was pretty good as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, these are all streamed live on Twitch, twitch.tv/BigTmac. But a lot of the season will most likely be also shown on YouTube. So make sure you click that like button to show some support, and also subscribe, because a big percentage of you watching that last video wasn't subscribed to my YouTube channel. So I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. But as we get into the actual qualifying, we got a 31.697 as a banker, and that was horrible. I'm gonna keep it real. It was horrible. As we go into our second lap, this obviously wasn't our best lap of the weekend, but we're coming through the middle sector. We're already a few tenths up here. Yeah, about 3 tenths up. So we come into the double left-hander, and I missed the apex massively, hit the curb, and almost lose it. And I still gain time. I just said that. What are you talking about? But anyway, we finished the lap time. It's a 31.2. It wasn't even a good lap, and we're still only about a tenth off of Rantix. Who's filling in. Oh, I can't remember if he's a reserve or if he's filling in, but he had some pace this weekend. As we come on to our final lap, Madison Cube has done better. He did a 30.3. I was very quick. We're already a tenth up on our time. We did use a little bit more ERS than we did on our last lap into turn 1. We go a little deep, but we actually pull it up really nicely for turn 2. We try and keep it the tightest line possible for turn 3. A little bit of a rear slip there, but it wasn't too bad. We're still a tenth up. It's not the end of the world. Into sector 2 now. We break after the 100-meter board, hit the apex just fine there. Maybe you want to hit that curb a little bit, but hitting where I did was pretty fine as well. We're still only about a tenth up, but we are going into the middle sector where we had that massive mistake into the double left-hander. As we come around here, we're trying to keep it a little tight. We go a little wide there, but then look at the time gain here. We don't do the same mistake we did on our second run in qualifying, and we are up almost 4 tenths. Our PB before this was a 30.8 in a practice session, and we're already, look at that. It was another good corner. We're already almost 4.5 tenths up. This should massively beat our PB here if we have a good last sector as we come onto one of the longest straights of the F1 calendar. It used to be the longest, but Baku now takes the cake for that one. Open the DRS. We're still gaining because we had a lot of juice to be spared actually on this straight. So we're almost 4.5 tenths up now. We break late. We sort of hit the apex. We go a bit deep, but it's actually okay. We're going to do okay exit as well. We've got a little bit of juice to spare as well. As we come into the last corner, I just chucked it in, and it actually gripped up really well. In fact, I could have chucked it in harder. But as we come to the line, what do we get?
Wait, that's a pretty good lap. That's a pretty decent lap. A 0.75. That's my PB. That's not bad.
Yeah, it was my PB at 30.7. Not bad.
Oh, fuck you, Dada.
Yeah, Dada, he's filling in this week as well, his first race of season. He beat me just on the line there. Rantix actually got within a couple hundredths of me as well, so the top 4 are quite close, and Magnus Cube had a big toe, which gave him about 3 or 4 tenths.
Oh, fuck, it's wet.
Oh, shit. The whole time.
Pretty much, it was a wet race. The whole race was full wet. About halfway through it turned to inters as we start the race here. I had never driven in the wet before, but we get off, and we actually get the best start out of the top 3 here. We instantly pass Dada in the Mercedes there, and we're already on Magnussen Cube's outside into turn 1.
Had a pretty good start.
We do clear Dada, but we didn't get the grip in the wet there. I wasn't used to it. I've never driven on the wet, so I thought I was going to be really bad here. I was really nervous to see if we could get a good actually have any pace at all here. As we did clear Dada, but we have a massive slide out of there. Our traction was hard. Again, I've never driven in the wet in a league race here, and everyone around me on F123 were notoriously much better in the wet than me, so I thought I was going to really struggle in the race here. But behind me, I had a red arrow for a little bit. There was a bit of moves going on behind, but it's actually okay. We settle into this race here. Halfway through lap 1, and yeah, we're absolutely fine. We get to the end of lap 1 on the big straight, and Dada in the Mercedes goes to the inside of Magnussen Cube. It's only lap 1, lads. Chill out. It's okay. But we're just happy with third, and yeah, the leaders are looking like it's going to be the exact same as Australia. We're just going to be sitting in third for most of the race, as the top 2 kind of squabble a little bit. It's going to be a bit harder to overtake here. There is less overtaking zones, less DRS.
God.
Well, there's no DRS, and I just went straight off the track there. Yeah, in the wet, there's no DRS. There's only one or two overtaking zones on this track. As we end at lap 1 here, and Dada just completely, what is he? I don't know where he's going. Give that guy a map. Where is he going? Because Magnussen Cube's down his inside. And Data, this is helping me massively. I didn't think I had any pace here, but they go side by side. They're slowing down here. Data takes all of the curb on the inside. Does he get the exit on Magnussen Cube, or will Magnussen Cube stay out in the lead? They're still side by side, but Data concedes the position here into turn 6. Does Data go for it? No, he thinks smartly, thinks about the race, doesn't want to get damaged, and is chilling out in P2 for now. So a pretty good first lap. I thought I was going to struggle a lot more already. I thought I was going to be way behind, but Data, who did make the move on Magnussen Cube down the inside on lap 1, makes it around the outside on lap 2. In fact, he's going to get it easily done before the apex of the hairpin here. In fact, Magnussen Cube actually goes for a little dive here, but he also backs out. These guys are being very respectful, as Grid Jokes is right behind me. He's very quick, but what was that? Magnussen Cube had a mistake, and I hit him. No damage though, so we're okay. And I just completely missed the apex again. When will I hit that corner, right? I don't think it's ever going to happen. But Grid Jokes is right behind me now because of that contact with Magnussen Cube. And he's going to try and maybe look to my inside as I'm already, half a second back of Magnussen Cube. He does make a bit of a mistake there, but so do I. And I have to try and cover Grid Jokes off, which ended up being quite comfortable. But we cut already a few laps onto lap 4. And the guys behind, they actually weren't as quick as me. It's very surprising. They weren't as quick as me here. As we head into the hairpin. Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Something tells me I have a bit of a skill issue. But we're going to have that conversation just yet. And look at the gap. 2 seconds to the lead, 1 second to Magnussen Cube. And I've got pressure behind now after I thought I had the pace on them. Am I going to hit that last corner right? I think I still went off the track there. I don't know how I didn't get a warning. But yeah, look at that. We were second behind. There's a cut to lap 6 though. I don't know what's happened behind me. I still don't know what happened. But there was a bit of a gap forming behind me. And I actually caught up to the leader. The gap to Data was 2 seconds. Now it's 1. And now it's less than that because now he's in P2. He did the same thing he did on lap 2. Went completely wide, and Magnussen Cube went straight through. But we got 1.5 seconds behind us to trend now. So we've got a bit of a breathing room. It's going to be a top 3, hopefully, top 3 run away from the field. But I still got to catch him. As I believe we skip ahead a few laps here to what lap? Tell me now. Tell me what lap. Okay, tell me now. Oh no, you've only skipped 1 lap. But Data is behind Magnussen Cube, and I still didn't know at this point who was faster out of these two. But I did know that even though they were passing each other, I had the pace to keep up as they go, oh my god, side by side almost down there. And that really threw Magnussen Cube's breaking out, and I really caught up there as we head onto lap 9. It happens again, almost Magnussen Cube having a look. But look at Rantix. He's half a second behind me now. I don't know what happened to him, but he started 4th and flew down the order on lap 1. He almost hits me there, though, and loses a little bit of time. But he's back in P4, and he's right in the train. So it's going to be a 4-man train as we head into the...
Thank you.
Well, eventually when the rain stops and the inters hit. But then, look at this.
What was that?
I don't know. What was that? I still don't know. Dada, if you're watching the video, what did you do here? Because you just let him go.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, Huh? Yeah, I'm a bit confused on why he did that. Because you just let him go. Was there an illegal overtake that you did? Was there?
I'm gonna have to ask about that after the race.
Yeah, I'm asking right now. That's me. I'm asking right now. What did you do? I don't know. Anyway, we're on lap 10, and it's clearly a 4-man train. But Pepsi is one of the quickest wet runners that I know in comparison to his dry pace. Not that he's bad in the dry, but he's very, very quick in the wet. And he's finally gotten into 5th here in a bit of clean air. Oh, and I hit that curb, which just threw me out. I've been sticking with these guys for 10 laps, so I wasn't.
He's rapping in the wet as well.
Every time these guys made a bit of, or I made a bit of a mistake, I knew I was going to catch right back up. I don't know what happened, but on this game, it feels like there's less of a skill issue in the wet than F123, which is unfortunate because it was better. The better drivers would go to the front, but you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just good. But Magnussen... Oh, sorry, that's not even Magnussen Q. That's Data that made a mistake out of the last corner there. And I try and use my juice to try and pass him, but he uses all of his ERS to stay ahead. And Rantix was right behind me. We were under a blanket there, all 3 of us. But no moves happened because it's wet and there's no overtakes happening. We're just as close as we were in Australia, but it's way, way harder to overtake when it's not when there's no DRS. As we go into lap 11. Yeah, inters and wets, similar pace at the moment as we head onto the backstretch of lap 11. And as we head to the end of the lap, into the hairpin here, you know, we're just orderly this top 4 working together. Pepsi actually is 1.5 seconds behind us now, and I just slapped the shit out of Data. My bad. No damage, though, so we're good. But lap 11 is an important lap of the race because Pepsi goes into the pits. In fact, the lap before, a few other people went into the pits, but there was no advantage there. But Pepsi pits, and the top 4 had no idea that it was Inters. None of us got the memo. Everyone else pits behind us for Inters. And it turned out a pit stop was around 23.5 seconds. And you can already see Pepsi's inside that range. He's 22 seconds back. It was definitely into conditions. And you can see just in this little clip alone, he's caught up half a second to us. We've screwed ourselves in this race. Pepsi's going to come out ahead of us, but as we get into the pits, I hit that quite well. Because I'm just a pit lane connoisseur, I'm not Lewis Hamilton. But as we get into the pits here, make sure we don't speed, because that would throw our race in the bin.
Pepsi's definitely going to come out.
But yeah, 23.5 second pit stop, roughly.
That's crazy how he's done that.
He's going to get 2 seconds on me, at least. And I'm just praying that no one else passes me, because I think Pepsi's very quick, and if he gets ahead of the whole field, he might run away with this race. So I was very scared. But yeah, these guys absolutely smashed it with the strategy. As there goes Pepsi. He's going to go side by side with Madison for the lead, and Trent's going to pass me for P4. I'm in P5. It was a 4-horse race, and me and Rantix, who were part of that 4-horse race, are in 5th and 6th. Blicky's in 7th, our championship rival. He won the very first race this season, but he's struggling a little bit here. But Pepsi goes into the race lead on lap 13, and these Inters are going to go to the end. But Trent, he doesn't use any overtake here, and I use a bit of overtake. He goes to the inside, and he brakes late, and he locks everything up. And I had to turn at some point. But now Rantix goes down my inside. So he told me after it was a 4-wheel lockup, so he had no control over his car. Fucking idiot. But Rantix around my outside. I don't know what happened. A bit of lag. Maybe there was a bit of ghost contact there. But yeah, Trent trolled me. Because if I got past him, I think I would have caught these front guys very easy. But we're struggling now in 5th place here. And I couldn't pass Trent. I just couldn't pass Trent. The interconditions were even harder to pass somehow. As Rantix goes down my inside on lap 15 at the penultimate corner. I get a terrible exit. And Rantix actually... Does he get ahead? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get a good exit. And
the fuck? Take that then. If he's going to be lagging like that.
Yeah, if he's going to be lagging, we'll take it. Which was very lucky. But this was literally 15 seconds later. Trin had game issues. He had frame issues. And this might have been the luckiest stretch of 15 seconds in my race. Because these two behind me, the ones that were about as quick as me and I couldn't overtake, completely... came together there. No damage between either of them, but that was big for my race. At the end of lap 16, let's see how quick we can catch.
I'm matching Pepsi.
1.6 behind at lap 18.
I need to do a little bit better than that though.
And already on lap 18, going into lap 19.
Wow, wasn't the fastest lap?
We were within a second. We are within a second, just like that. In 3 laps, we're there, and a VSC comes out for
right, tires are at 20%. That'll make the end easy.
For something.
Fuck me, this Delta's
Something happened.
Gonna be crawling.
And the Delta was absolutely trolling me. Don't ever go into VSC in the rain at China, because holy, that was the worst experience of my life. Don't ever do it.
Ridiculous.
Don't cause a VSC. Regardless, we're back to racing speed now, and the gap is about a second. So I lost about a tenth under the VSC. Not a big deal. I caught 2 seconds in the 2 laps before that, so we should be fine.
Yeah, the gap was under 1 second.
Yeah, so we're on lap 19 here as we hit the end of the end of this lap right here. Look at the gap. It's 7 tenths to data there, and what?
It's pit.
Why did he pit?
Why is he pit?
I just said that, you idiot. Don't copy me. Can you please? Why did you do that? I think he said because he didn't. He was just taking the race for fun. But yeah, I don't know why he really did that. He threw away any chance at the win and a podium. But we're on to lap 21, and there'll be a big skip incoming because absolutely nothing happened. Oh, there we go. Big skip. Lap 21 to lap 25. Rantix was 4 seconds behind then. Now he's 2, so he's catching up. But he has a 3-second penalty. Blicky in 5th as well, my championship rival. He has a 3-second penalty. And Data, I think, was right behind him at this point. Or definitely within 3 seconds. Yeah, but we're here on lap 25 at the end of it. Literally nothing happened. We're just trying to work together, trying not to overtake. I think I was way quicker than these guys. But I just couldn't do anything. Okay, and I still can't take that last corner, and I got a warning for it. I think that was my second warning of the race. As we head with 3 laps to go here. Me and Pepsi and Madison Cube are fighting for the win. Just like race 1, me, Blicky, and Reese Fisher were fighting for the win. I'm going to, basically, we're all 3 guaranteed a podium. It's me and this time 2 new people. Maybe I'll start a new podcast and have 2 new guests every week. I'll take that if I win the championship like that. But we're here on the 3rd last lap of the race. As Cube definitely gets a run on Pepsi here.
I think he's going to go for a move.
Will he go down the inside or the outside? Pepsi goes offensive. Cube goes around the outside, but he doesn't get it done. Cube tries to go for the switchback, but it just completely fails because defending
Defending from
is very
Pepsi.
easy in the inters.
Hook Cube right out of it.
Which, even though Pepsi looked like he was struggling on his tires at this point in the race, he had that to his massive advantage here. And with 2 laps to go, I'm not using my juice and trying to pass Magnussen Cube. This was the best opportunity, and I didn't do it. A bit of a throw there by me there. But we're only half a second behind the race win here. So I was just hoping that something else could happen. It was one of these guys could make a mistake. Because I was getting fed some information, because Pepsi was also streaming this race. I was getting fed some information that he was on about 10% more wear than me. So I knew I was faster. I felt way quicker than them anyway, and I felt way better on my tires. As Pepsi makes a massive mistake into turn 6 here, and then Magnussen makes a mistake. These guys' tires are cooked. They're cooked, man. They're so cooked. And our tires are not cooked. Well, they were a little bit, but not that bad. Yeah, 1.5 laps to go in this race. We had by far the better tire, and Rantix has already caught us a second in this clip alone, within half a lap. Unfortunately for him, he had a 3 seconds, so he was out of it for sure. But if he didn't, I would have been cheating myself because I wanted a podium. But yeah, he was on 60% tires at this point in the race, and I was only on 50. I'm talking about Pepsi, by the way. He was on 60. So we're heading into this last corner, and Madison Cube is probably close enough to go for a run, and then look at their sliding, man. Well, they're sliding so bad.
Come on.
How do I not pass him here? I have 70% ERS. I'm just kidding. Madison Cube is also using his ERS. Maybe he can go for a move on Pepsi here. Look, Pepsi's within 4/10 of me. Madison Cube, he goes offensive on me for some reason. Go for Pepsi! It's alright though, because I'm going to go around the outside of Madison Cube. I'm going to try and get Pepsi as he makes a big wobble out of the last corner. And the bottle of the century happens. I get Madison Cube. And then my wheel falls off my desk.
Oh my god, my wheel almost came off my desk. No!
Yeah, it almost came off my desk. I just said that. Why does this guy in the camera keep repeating me? Anyway, I can maybe get the inside of Madison Cube still, even with that mishap. Nope. I pussied it. I broke early. Why? I don't know. But to explain a little bit more on what happened in that last corner, my wheel, was holding on by a thread onto my desk because I have a clamp. I don't have a rig. I'm not rich. And I delayed putting throttle down because I wanted to put the wheel back, and yeah, Madison Cube got a better exit because of that. But yeah, we still got a race here. Pepsi absolutely gained a lot of time from that. But I knew his tires were dead, so I was hoping maybe he can make a bit of a mistake. Maybe we can catch back up a little and make it a bit more of a race heading onto the line. Because look at that. Pepsi, that Ferrari is sliding it left, right, and center. That's crazy as we're going to the double left. And he makes an even bigger mistake. He's wobbling like crazy. Look at that. He almost spun. 1.4 seconds to me. In a jiffy, it's now less than a second. Madison Cube might be able to try and ERS stump and pass Pepsi into the hairpin on this last lap of the race here, as he's definitely close enough. But he slides. Madison Cube slides, and actually that might be it for him. He might not be able to get close enough to Pepsi. The gap is 6/10 between Mag Cube and Pepsi, with that big mistake from Madison Cube out of the Snell section. Pepsi is going to have no pressure into the hairpin here. I actually maybe could have dive bombed there, but I was trying to play it safe. It's a long championship. And Blicky's in 5th right now, but he's a 3 second, and Data in 6th does not. So I just had to play it safe. It was okay. Pepsi comes across the line, and I couldn't get Madison Cube in the end. And it was P3. Unfortunate how I bottled. Is that 2 bottles in 2 races? Maybe. But it's 2 podiums in 2 races nonetheless, so it's not too bad. The big news is Blicky got 6th, which is very good for me. Yeah, a little bit of a shorter one because Australia had a lot of action. This one didn't have too much action. Pepsi wins the race. Congratulations to him. Madison Cube in 2nd. He got unlucky in Australia, so a well-deserved podium for him. And me with only person with 2 podiums out of 2 in this league. Rantix got 4th, which was a very good showing from him. Data got 5th because he pit for some reason. And then my championship rival, Blicky. In fact, he might not even be... There might be more championship rivals than just Blicky now. He finished 6th. And the championship standings after 2 rounds, me and him are tied. We got Pepsi behind, Madison Cube a little bit behind as well. Grid Jokes a little bit back there as well. So it's going to be a very good championship. Very good championship. But yeah, that one sums it up here for ACR Round 2. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, there'll be probably another video next week of ACR Round 3. I don't know where the fuck we are at. But that's all good. Go subscribe. Thank you for watching.